Okay, first of all, I'm going to put this into this perspective before anybody hits on the comment line and start to chastise it, says I don't know what I'm talking about, to the situation when it comes to a particular show, that I hate this show or something like that. This particular show, Abbott Elementary, I do not like it, do not hate it. I haven't watched the show. In the case of what we're talking about, this has nothing to do with the quality of the show. This could be a top-notch show. It has nothing to do with that. What we're going to talk about is how some of these networks and streaming sites use numbers that pretty much don't really exist in one way, or use it in or they bend certain ways these numbers are carried along to try to push the show further with the advertisers so to be able to make more money. Now, let's understand, you want to make money, that's fine, but do it right. Do it properly. Show us the receipts. And that's the one big major problem with these streaming sites. All these streaming sites do not show us their true numbers. This is why we had Nielsen, and this is why they want to eliminate Nielsen ratings from the marketplace. That they basically, Nielsen outlines how bad a show is. We've seen this from the shows on the CW. We've seen this, we did a show this week, a video on TBS and TNT shows. But they're not doing so well, and Zaslav is about to cancel out a lot of these shows. We've seen that the last OG has been canceled because of this. When you have low ratings, you have low ratings. Now, understand, Abbott Elementary is okay. It's doing standards in the 3 million range on there, which is standard for an ABC show. Could it be doing better on ABC? Yeah, it could be doing better, and this is a primetime show. But here's the situation, and I've seen about 5 or 6 articles written about this, and this was last week. And basically, Variety wrote this up, and a couple of others, and so others have stayed away from this. And I just got to bring this up. Abbott Elementary final ratings spiked 200% with a week of multi-platform viewing. 200%. 200%? Are we certain about that? Let's just read a little bit of this into us from Variety. Abbott Elementary got an A+ from ABC on its season finale, tripling its ratings with 7 days of delayed viewing across DVRs, Hulu, and other digital platforms. Variety has learned exclusively. From where, Variety? Where did you get those numbers from? Okay?
Show me the receipts!
The 9 o'clock on Tuesday's freshman comedy managed an initial 0.6 rating among adults 18 to 49 and a 2.8 million total views for its April 12th finale, according to the live plus same day from Nielsen ratings. Adding in a week of multi-platform viewing, the episode jumped 200% to a 1.8 rating, tying the show's high and adding 3.1 million viewers to reach 5.9 total per ABC. In looking at the same week out metric, the Abbott finale key demos up 50% from the show's December 7th premiere, 1.8 versus 1.2. Over its 13 episode first season, the average 7-day delay viewership for Abbott has made ABC's highest rated new comedy among 1849 across linear and digital platforms since The Conners debuted as a rebranded Roseanne during the 2018-19 season. When looking at 35 days of delayed viewing across all platforms, Abbott racks up a ton of extra credit through the first 9 episodes of the season of Abbott. Averaged 8 million total views and delivered 2.65 ratings and marked at 349 lift ratings and 2.9 million viewers.
Show me the receipts!
Quinta Brunson created and stars in the Abbott Elementary, which takes place in Philadelphia public schools, focusing on educators with different levels of experience and optimism, but all with determination to help their students. Okay, understand this. Yeah, it is up for season 2, which is okay. like I said, we're not criticizing the show yet. We're not going in deep. I haven't seen it. You know, it. Like I said, could be a great show. Could be an awful show. You know, could be woke. Or could not be woke. We're not saying that. What we're saying here is, okay, where are they getting their numbers? Where, you know, the thing about it is when they say they spikes 200% on multi-platform, and they're talking about streaming sites. You know, they're talking about Hulu. They're talking about DVR. They're talking about the ABC app itself. Understand this. Who is the parent company of ABC? Can you figure it out? Yeah, it's Disney. Okay, Disney notorious for fudging their numbers. You know, and I have to say, even Netflix does fudge their numbers. See, the thing is, they said they had people watch in, and this is my first number one question of them all. When you click on a video, okay, and this goes also for YouTube, and this goes over for every social media platform and all that. When you click on a video, how long does that viewer watch that video or program? They click on first 5 minutes and then they click away. That's counted as watching the show. They didn't watch the entire show from beginning to end. And you have to ask yourself, how many people did it but clicked by accident? How many people clicked on and didn't realize what it was and then they clicked off immediately? How many people did actually stay on and watch the entire video itself? And then here's the question of the day. How many of this was done, as they say, robotically or fictitiously? In other words, somebody going in just clicking the show several times to prop up the views. We don't know that. And that's why we keep asking. We keep asking these situations.
Show me the receipts!
From all of these social media platforms. I mean, even TubiTV. We ask for these numbers. Now, sometimes we can get stuff off Samba. Samba will get numbers for us. I mean, is this playing on Zomba? We can get numbers? I haven't been able to find that as of yet. But the thing about it is, you have to understand to this perspective. Nobody posts proper viewership numbers. Later on, we do eventually find out how bad the show did. The true numbers do eventually come out in one way or another because someone always sneaks out those true numbers online. But the thing about it is, like I said, can we trust it, distrust it? We don't know. There is no third party that's handling the amount of people that are on streaming sites. You have to understand this, okay? Nielsen is the only way we can chart these programs on network television. By someone saying, "Oh, we've gotten a 200% increase." Well, can we see the numbers? Can we see the actual, numbers breakdown?
Show me the receipts!
For you saying, well, 1849 they did well, they did about 2.9 million. Where is it? Where is it? Where are these numbers that they say that they have them? They don't show it because they don't want you to see it. This is what they sell. In a way, and I hope the FTC gets involved in this. And, investigations that are done. You're selling this to advertisers. That you're making this number up and this number. And I think this is the reason why CW still has advertisers on there, because they're selling it by using multi-platform numbers on there. Because you're seeing shows, you got like shows like Dynasty and a couple others that are in the 200,000 viewers. 200,000 viewers. Understand that. That's a small town. That's like a small town, a small city that, that's just watching. Across the United States, which is like there are millions of people on there. When I expect the show to be working, it would have to be at least well over 800,000 and above on there for a show to be maintained. depending on what network they are. If they are on network television like ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox on there, I expect at least 2 million and above to be properly on there. Once you get below 1 million, then that's when you have to question, do we need to keep this show? And the same thing goes for like CW and all the independent stations. Like I said, Dave Zasloff is cutting shows for a reason. Why? They're all low in ratings. These are all shows that are on streaming sites. These are shows that are shown on multi-platforms. Okay? You could see American Dad in many different places. You could see Snowpiercer, In fact, Snowpiercer is on HBO Max, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And it's doing in between. But yet it could be on the chopping block. So that should tell you right there that people are very finicky now with what they watch because of the content, the cast, what's it about, and stuff like that. This is why nostalgic television is doing excellent right now. This is why channels like MeTV and Heroes and Icons and many of those channels are doing very, very well for themselves, and those networks are building. They're adding more shows, more programming, Saturday morning cartoons, more Svengoolie. I mean, they have the second Svengoolie show now with the fish from Tune In With Me, which is starting to do good. At first, people were criticizing it, but now, after about a couple of episodes in, they're saying like, well, Rick Kaz ain't going to be here forever. Eventually he's going to have to be replaced. These are the things that you look at. If you could sit there and get a decent rating of watching Hogan's Heroes versus, say, watching Dynasty, you got to think to the perspective. Why is this doing better than that? Don't fudge the numbers. People will go online to watch something, just for the hell of it. People say, it's like movies. I didn't pay money for the Batman. I'm glad I didn't, because I was only able to make an hour into the movie. I did not like it. There were a lot of things. There's a lot of things in that movie, and it's getting a sequel. There are a lot of things in the movie itself that made me cringe a bit, and I'm not talking about the cast. Yeah, there were some cast issues, good actors on there. I did not like the casting of Alfred. They could have done better than that. They could have, there are hundreds and hundreds of British actors that they could have gotten much better than a character out of Lord of the Rings, Spiegel. I mean, he's a good actor, good voice and stuff like that, but can't see him as Alfred the Butler. And a couple of other things that were on there. And no, not the same things that Ryan Cannell was talking about. I'm talking about some technical things on there, and eventually I will do a video on that and explain that. So let's see if we can get these guys to push the real true numbers on it. If it is a good show, let it run its course. Let it run the proper course. Don't lie for it. Don't lie. Because eventually the advertisers will see through this, just like they did with Star Trek, and will bail out hand over fist. They won't stop. They won't continue funding your product.
Show me the receipts!